Hi there people, welcome to this video. So this time I'll be doing a full legendary camping run of the Lightfall campaign. And yeah, so I'll show some tips for every mission. This is my usual solo build. It's a getaway artist prismatic build, everyone knows it. But I'll be using a simpler build. It's a void build with the Stag graviton lens. It's pretty simple. It's nothing too complicated, and I'm also not using any artifact mods, so you can do this any season. You can see here roughly the gear. Again, it's a pretty like simple build. Okay. Yeah. So I'll talk more about it later, but let's talk about what you need for this legendary campaign first. Okay, this is a video mostly for like newer players or players that go for easier content and try to go for harder content. So this is not for veterans. Veterans, if they play hard missions, they probably know what they're doing. I have Tenacious Mastery as a sidearm with chill clip for the tormentors. I've got a machine gun. You can also use a linear fusion rifle. Try to avoid rocket launchers, grenade launchers. You really need precision damage to deal with the tormentors. If you're doing the campaign solo, it can be a bit more complicated in that sense. You need to optimize your loadout a bit more. If you're playing with more people, you can actually share the weapons, so someone can bring like a sniper to take care of tormentors, the other one can bring crowd control and so on. Just remember that the more people you have in your squad, the harder it is. So I think the sweet spot is actually 2 people. But I'm doing this solo just to show it's possible. With 2 people you can actually get a revive on the darkness zones, which is pretty good instead of instantly failing. But it's you can do with the amount of people you prefer. If you have friends or so on, you can complete it with 3 people, 2 people. The important thing here is you need weapons to deal with tormentors, and you need a semi-decent build. Now, what do I mean by semi-decent build? You can't have like gear that's all over the place. Okay, these missions are harder unless you have like an insane skill level. You will need gear to do these missions comfortably. So right here I have the Stag. The Stag has been one of my favorite exotics since a very long time ago. It gives you damage resistance on your rift, and this is also it also applies to your teammates. So your rift essentially becomes like a smaller version of a Well of Radiance. It's actually pretty funny. It gives a lot of survivability, so that's one of the reasons. But this is something important I want to highlight. This exotic gives me 50% of my class ability energy when I reach critical health. Okay, so when the health goes red. Because of that, I will be playing a bit more, not really aggressive, but I'll be taking more damage in some situations than you should usually be doing, okay? So if you're not playing with this build that gives you class ability when you reach critical health, don't expose yourself too much, okay? These missions are hard. They are not like the hardest thing ever, but they are pretty hard. I would say maybe the Lost Sectors, not the master version, the one before, I forget the name. It's actually a bit easier because you have less enemies, less mechanics. I would actually recommend, if you want to try harder content, try these Lost Sectors. They can be a very good teacher. So you can learn a lot about positioning, you can get used to the amount of damage you take. It's a very good practice. So for now I'm discussing a bit of the build. There is not much, as you can see on the screen. There is not many mechanics, but I'll discuss the major encounters or anything that is important when it comes. So I'm also using a machine gun. I really like Hammerhead. Hammerhead is a very good machine gun. I like to use it with 4 times the charm. Some people may prefer what is it called, the rewind rounds. I really like 4 times the charm because of the free ammo you get from thin air. Okay, every 4 shots you hit on the weak spot of the enemy, you get 2 shots back from the void, essentially. And this can be very helpful in many missions because it allows for a quite higher ammo efficiency. This is the part of the jumping puzzle. Watch out for the enemy over there. Yeah. Yeah, so don't rush. But this is also a pretty important tip for these missions. I'm more cautious, okay, of a player. So this is going to be a slower but more safe approach to the missions. If you want to know about faster things, there are other players with their campaigns on YouTube. You can check that out. As you can see here, just go straight to the Tormentor. He doesn't deal any damage to you. You just let him grab you and he just disappears. It's just for convenience. You don't need to fight him or waste ammo. Or you will not be wasting ammo. You have the thing that restores your ammo. Also, something I should probably mention, no, it's not in English. The game, I don't know if I can actually put it in English. I play on PlayStation 4. But you don't have to worry about it because I'll be describing everything you need to know. So, yeah, go for the names I say, not for the names that are on screen. This is a very simple situation, as you can see, for warlocks, and this is also pretty good for titans too. Try to put your class ability with part of it in cover and a part of it outside cover. This will allow you to quickly go back to cover and recover if you need. Or it can actually help you, if you're a Titan, to see the enemies while they can't hurt you, because you can see through the barricades. So always take a look in these harder missions. Always take a look for ammo when you have the time, and also take a try to keep an eye out for orbs. And this is me missing the shots because it's been some time since I did this mission. Okay, I have to make some things clear here. I just got out of a... I just got out. No, I did a nice... I had a nice surgery a couple days ago. I'm not the best player in the world, and this is a build I made just for this. Okay, I haven't used a Stag Void build since maybe Witch Queen. Witch Queen, they launched Void 3.0, so it was pretty fun time. I like Witch Queen is probably my favorite expansion. Let me know what you think is your favorite expansion. Yeah, so I'm not used to the build. I am not seeing well, and my controller is not the best, and I'm not the best player in the world. What? Why am I saying this? Because I believe in you, okay? I can do it, anyone can do it. You just need practice and good enough gear, okay? Back to the machine gun, some important things I need to say. I like to use machine guns with Devour builds, so I'm using Devour for this build, obviously, because it's extremely good. And here's me missing a jump because, again, my controller is kind of weird sometimes and doesn't register inputs, and because Warlock jump kinda sucks. But yeah, anyway, I like to use machine guns because they are very comfortable to use. You don't have to worry about blowing yourself up as you are with a rocket launcher. They have quite a bit of range, and in case you are looking for a machine gun, range is useless. Okay, they have pretty good base range. Do not use range on your machine guns. There's a great site, it's called D2 Foundry. You can see the stats for the weapons, and you can see that machine guns benefit very, very, very little from range. So just put it all in stability and you're fine. Or maybe, I don't know, handling or whatever you feel like. I personally prefer the precision frame, not precision frames. It's adaptives. I don't remember the archetype for Hammerhead. I also like the aggressive frames. The aggressive frames are like Pro Memoria or Watchful Eye, I think is the one from the Dreadnought. That's a great machine gun. I really enjoy it. So they have comparable damage per shot to the Hammerhead archetype. But they have a faster fire rate, so they have a bit of an edge on DPS, but they are a little harder to control. Okay, so you can take your pick. I'm not a big fan of the fast-firing machine guns, and the slow-firing machine guns, the high impacts, they feel a bit slow. You can, like, if you like to tap fire, it's an option, but yeah. And again, I really like those 4 times the charm and the what is it called? The triple tap perks for machine guns. I think they're very useful. and getting ammo from nothing is very, very good. So yeah, this second encounter, remember to watch out for these encounters where you have like the darkness zones and so on, because you can't really take a lot of risk. It's very hard, not very hard, but it's something you learn how to play aggressively in these harder fights. You can see a lot of good examples on YouTube, and I would highly recommend if you like being aggressive. Watch them and learn, because it's very interesting. But here I'm going with a very safe approach, so that's why I have suppression grenades. Suppression grenades are great to incapacitate enemies, so they won't be firing at you. And I also have the chill clip on Tenacious Mastery. If you have anything else with chill clip, it can be very good. If you like Glaive's Rake Angle, I think is the name. It's a Vanguard glaive. It's exceptionally good. But yeah, as you can see, I am usually like, when I need to kill an enemy fast, or I find a tougher enemy, an enemy I really need to kill now, I just pull out the machine gun, and that's one of the reasons why I love them so much. They're very useful. They're not very good at boss damage, but in most probably all the campaign missions, machine guns are good enough to deal with the bosses. Just don't take it to like a raid or something. People will get mad at you. I will also be suggesting some weapons in these like next missions. So in this mission, I need to talk about something very important, which is some people call add triggers. Some people call for bosses like health threshold spawns, whatever you want to call it. What happens is, in missions, when you do certain actions, you may trigger the spawn of more enemies. Okay, so that's why you're seeing me go very slowly. In the beginning of this part of the mission, I stay back, I clear all the enemies in the middle. I go to the left, the enemies spawn, I take them down, and I go back to the middle. More enemies spawn, so I stay back, take them down, go to the right, and then I take down the enemies on the right and take down the turbine. So this is the kind of thing I'm talking about, like safely. Just go in your time. Remember that slow is smooth and smooth is fast, okay? If you take things slowly, you'll be able to do it more consistently, and you will be able to like avoid doing things again and again and again, okay? Because for example, if you took down the left and you went straight to the right, you would be surrounded by enemies and they would probably kill you, and you'll become desperate and all that, and that's not good. Okay, so that's why I'm pointing out some of the spawns. Here I could swear there's an enemy. Yeah, there he is. So that's why I'm pointing out these enemy spawns. Okay, so it's very important to know the mission. So this is mostly for people that want to learn how to do them. So I imagine you already did these missions once, but if you just are up for some challenge, these are very fun. I really enjoyed these missions ever since Bungie introduced them. I will also be talking about some other details on the other episodes of the other missions, so please watch. I'm cool, I guess. Yeah. So again, here, this hangar bay or something. Take your time. This spot up here is not very good. It's very susceptible to like the grenades from the Cabal. Those grenades can be very annoying. But what you really need to watch for is that door, which I'll show right now, where the enemies will spawn. Okay. Because of Graviton Lens, I can deal a lot of I can kill groups very quickly. Graviton Lens is also a very, very good weapon. The explosions can take down those shield pylons things. Also, this is another reason why I talk about orbs, because you have armor charges. So be sure to grab any orbs or anything like that. And sorry for like the constant interruption and things like that. The ADHD is strong in this one. Watch out for the barrels. I take down that barrel just in case enemies target me and I'm close. You can die. So, and these things will make you furious. I've been there, and it's very annoying when one of these takes you down. Yeah, so back again to Graviton Lens. Very good weapon. It's a heavy burst pulse rifle. Heavy burst pulse rifles deal extremely good DPS to red bars. And you may be thinking, why the hell would I care about DPS on red bars? And I'll say exactly because of these harder missions. On these harder missions, sometimes you can't just kill the enemies with one burst or one shot, depending on the weapon you're using. And that because of the difficulty and the damage modifiers, the health modifiers. So having a high DPS weapon against minor enemies, which are these red bars, is very good because it can take down, for example, I think they're called gladiators, the cabals with the big machetes or whatever are those things. They have a very, very, very big health pool for a red bar. So having something that can deal a lot of damage to them is very good. In this room here, stay a bit back. Try to stay near cover. This is a very good tip whenever you're facing these colossi, I think is the proper plural, because of those those missiles that slow you. This can be very disruptive, and if they catch you in a bad position, you can die. Things at this level of difficulty, they hit pretty hard, so you need to pay attention to that. Small pause talking about Graviton Lens, just to talk about Tormentors. You've probably seen them, they're annoying. Take down their shoulders and they have now the weak spot on their bellies. If they do their jump attack, move to the sides. If you move towards the Tormentor, they will they can still hit you unless you're very very close and you go beyond like the point where they were. When your screen is this orange or something, he wants to grab you, just keep kiting him and it's going to be fine. They're not too tough when you know how to manipulate the AI. It's not really AI, but I mean, anyway. So as you can see, I keep jumping up on these platforms. This forces it, him, whatever you call it, to keep jumping and following me, and because of that it doesn't attack. Again, use your machine guns. Some of them are weak. Not weak. They can be affected by suppression grenades and other debuffs, like these crowd control debuffs. Some of them cannot, and this is where the important difference comes in. When a Tormentor is a boss type enemy, they cannot be like crowd control. You can't suppress them. I mean, you will hit them, but it won't do anything. I will point out in these missions which ones are boss enemies and which ones are not. Okay. This first one is not a boss enemy, so you can use suppression, you can use freezing, you can use, aside from the machine gun, the Doomed Petitioner is a pretty good, if you were back in the season of the Wish, I believe. It's a pretty good, like, simple, craftable fusion rifle, linear fusion rifle. Can also use tractor cannon if you're really annoyed by them. This allows you to suppress them a lot more frequently. And yeah, that's basically it. Use crowd control, like suspension works, freezing works, suppression I think I already, suspension, not suppression, suspension. And anything else you can think of. If it is crowd control, it can work. Okay, when they're not boss enemies. When they are boss enemies, just pray and nuke them toward it. Yeah, so that's it. Back again. I really like Revton Lens. It's not really my favorite weapon. My favorite weapon is Revision 0 because it's absurdly good. But this is a very good crowd control weapon. And because of its perk, like a black hole something, because it shoots black holes, like, it's the coolest gun ever. You can't say otherwise. It's just, we may have put gods into weapons and turned them into weapons and whatever, but like, these guns shoots black holes. Okay, that's in another level. That's a pretty fucking cool gun. Anyway, the perk that it has means the second bullet deals more damage, and it actually has no damage follow-up, as far as I know. So, this basically means you can snipe enemies with this weapon. Okay, it has the great DPS from heavy burst pulse rifles, and it has pretty great range and 100 stability, which is also crazy. So yeah, another thing you have to keep an eye out for, those turrets. Those turrets are going to murder you. Don't let them. Those things deal a lot of damage, and I mean it, a lot of damage. Don't play with those things. Just kill them. Kill them straight up. Yeah, so lastly, the last thing I have to talk about is Tenacious Mastery. It's a pretty good, like, rocket assisted frames, sidearms are very good. I think everyone knows that. They're kind of fun to use. And Tenacious Mastery has chill clip. So if you're playing on Episode Heresy, it can actually stun all the champions just by itself. You can stun Overload and Unstoppables with a chill clip, and you can also stun barriers with the artifact mod. So, and I don't know, this might be an impression, but I feel like anti-barrier sidearms appear quite a lot in artifacts, in my experience, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, so that's just to have some crowd control. There are some fusion rifles you can use that have chill clip. You have Riptide from Crucible, and you have one from a raid. I don't remember which one. But yeah, you have a lot of options. Okay, Rake Angle is another option if you play the Nightfalls. But yeah, an important thing here I need to talk about. You will have moments in which you have this Strand thing. You can take on the powers of Strand. Except for the ones where it's mandatory, it's a bait. Okay, don't do it. Except for the parts where you have like traversal or something like that where it's required. Mainly in the final boss of the campaign, it's bait. Don't use it. Okay. You come to the... unless you're using Strand, okay? If you already did the campaign and you're doing it again on Legendary, you already have Strand and you want to play with Strand, just... you can use it. But what I mean is, you come to this Legendary campaign with a build, okay? In my case, it's a Void build. It relies on Devour for survivability. It has like this build actually kind of works okay with a Strand, so I can actually pick up Strand and so on. But I would also kind of recommend it for some points. You have a build that also like a more generalist build that can work with Strand too, because some moments you will be required to use it and it can be useful. That's why I like the Stag so much. It's very... it's not class specific, you don't have to... and it gives you survivability, which Strand lacks it a bit. Okay, Strand has good movement, good debuffs, but it doesn't have much survivability, mainly in the campaign. Okay. Yeah, so... here I am almost thrown off the platform. You can use the grapple to avoid that. Watch out. When the enemies do these like push melees, you can actually melee them back the normal melee. And this will stop you from going all the place. Okay. So it's pretty important in some situations. I think I already said it, but I'll say it again. Graviton Lens is very good at destroying those pylons, those shield pylons the Cabals have. So you can, it's very useful in these missions. And that was the first mission. It's not really a hard mission, it's pretty long, but it's not very hard. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.